Hi, my name is Anuj Gupta, a strategic wealth consultant from Tag Investments. We're going to discuss about freedom movement. Well, not literally about the historical freedom movement which freedom fighters fought for to achieve independence for the country. Here we are talking as an investor to achieve financial freedom. We need to lead some movements. So what is a freedom movement? Just to give you some context about India's independence, the freedom fighters, especially Gandhiji here, I like to talk about Gandhiji. He actually started or he divided his struggle to achieve freedom for India into various movements, and he led by example, and he struggled, and he actually started a movement or a lot of movements to achieve freedom for India. Whether it's Satyagraha, civil disobedience movement, non-cooperation movement, Quit India movement, Khilafat movement. Well, as I promised you, I'm not talking about Indian history here. We are trying to talk about starting a movement as an investor to achieve financial freedom for ourselves and our family. So something called as debt management movement, retirement planning movement, inheritance estate planning movement, tax planning movement, budgeting movement, health and long-term care movement. So as an investor, uh, to achieve financial freedom, we need to start movements to achieve something in our lives. So debt management movement is something about managing your debt efficiently. So one should understand what is a bad debt and a good debt. A bad debt is something which spoils your credit rating, which does not give you any tax advantage, and the underlying commodity, product, or service which you have taken debt for is not yielding that much returns as much as what interest you are paying on your debt. A good debt can be where you're able to pay off your EMIs timely, where you're able to take tax advantage out of that debt, and you're able to buy a product or a commodity or a service out of that debt which is yielding you more than what the interest you're paying on that debt. That is a good debt. Similarly, a retirement planning movement is something where you can actually contribute actively towards creating a healthy retirement corpus so that you can have a passive income in the future years of time. It is very very important to start early in life, because any which ways it is very very evident in today's scenario where we do our 12th, then we do a +3 +4 course, then we go in for a post graduation to earn a heavy paycheck. By then we are almost 25 to 30 years, and being in a private job scenario, we can be fired or retired at the age of 50, 55, or at max 60. So we have say a 25, 30-year window to earn uh, for ourselves, to spend for ourselves, and to save for ourselves. And that is why a retirement planning movement is very very important early on life. Inheritance estate planning, towards the fade end of our income span or income career, we want to leave something behind for the next generation, whether it's for the society or whether it's for our immediate family members. We need to plan that, and we need to start a movement for that. Tax planning movement is something where at the time of inputting or at the time of outputting our resources, we need to be tax efficient. And it's a movement in itself where we need to be very very cognizant of what we are doing in terms of our tax planning. Budgeting movement is again very important in terms of our income expense level and our saving investment ratios or targets which we need to save and invest to lead a financially free life in the future. We need to have a budget in place, and we need to start a movement for it. Health and long-term care movement talks about having adequate insurances in place, whether it is health, life insurances. So all that needs to be in place. That is what we mean by starting movements for these various uh, factors in our life to achieve financial freedom in the future. I'm sure that you will be overwhelmed by listening to all these movements, and you will be confused as to how to start, how to execute, how to monitor, and how to achieve the end targets through these movements. So we are here to help you to to help you in this financial freedom journey, and you can reach out to us through various channels, social media channels, WhatsApps, direct calls. You can email us. As far as our immediate uh, reach out handle is concerned, you can email us to support@taginvestments.in for more information on these investor movements, and we'll be happy to assist you, support you in this financial freedom journey.